Guys, it's Keisha, and today I am here with kind of a hodgepodge of a video. I've had a pretty crazy month, so I really haven't been making videos. I was really in a really bad reading slump, so I didn't read much. New job, I wrecked my car, had a pretty crazy month. So I actually filmed a video last weekend, some books that I had received, spliced that video with this one, kind of put them together and make one video. This video is also going to be what I read in February as well as what I plan on reading in March. So it's just going to kind of be my February haul, wrap up, and then my March TBR, all kind of wrapped up in one video. So yeah, we're gonna do this together. It's gonna be weird, and I'm starting to get a cold, so I kind of sound like crap. It's like negative 11 degrees outside, so yeah. So the first book I have is The Iron Trial by Cassandra Clare and Holly Black, and I have just heard really good things about this book. And I'm kind of having Cassandra Clare withdrawals since City of Heavenly Fire came out, and the Dark Artifices series hasn't started yet, and so I just really want to read something Cassandra Clare-esque. I have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I'm buying all the new covers, so got the fourth one, only 3 more to go. Woohoo! Next, I have Winger by Andrew Smith. I did not really read anything about this, so I don't really know exactly what it's about. I know that it is super hyped on BookTube, and I've heard really good things about it, so I'm actually really excited to jump into this and find out more. Next thing I got is Something Strange and Deadly. Next, I have Graceling by Kristen Kishore, and I actually purchased this one because I was watching Reagan from Peruse Project's video of her favorite fantasy series. Like I said, I'm having Cassandra Clare withdrawals, so I went ahead and picked up City of Bones. I have all these books on my Nook. I do not own any of the physical copies, so I went ahead and picked up the first one on Thrift Books so that I could start getting all the copies from my bookshelf. Next, I have Volumes 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4 of the Saga series. I bought Volume 1, I read it, I loved it, and I went out and bought the next 3, and I read them in like an hour, but they are so amazing. I cannot get over this series, and I highly recommend it to anybody who is trying to get into graphic novels. It's just amazing. And the last book that I have for you is kind of a funny story. In my last haul, I had said that I ordered The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks on thriftbooks.com, and they had sent me an ARC, which I was kind of disappointed about. Just because it's an unfinished, it's an ARC, it's not bad, I don't hate it, but I was just a little disappointed that that wasn't what I had ordered. So I actually went on and left a review on thriftbooks.com saying that I was disappointed that I had received an ARC, and about a week later, I received a hardcover from Thrift Books, and I got an email from them saying that they were really sorry. They did not mean to send me an ARC, and that they were going to go ahead and send me a new copy of the hardcover. So I was actually really impressed by that, and I thought that that was amazing customer service. So I went ahead and share that with everybody because, yeah, I'm actually really excited about that. So a few books that I received after I filmed that video that I'm going to go ahead and show to you today. I got The Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, and Heir of Fire. I got these in the European editions from the Book Depository. I am just absolutely in love with these covers. As soon as I opened them last night, I seriously just like Instagrammed them because I just think they're so gorgeous. And I'm just going to show you the back here. It shows the front and the side. This has her front. Sorry, it's her front. Then it has her back. And it shows her in like her ball gowns because it has like the badass Selena and then like the girly Selena, which I just absolutely adore because I just feel like that is just the essence of who Selena is. She's a badass, she's an assassin, but she also has a girly side, and she's also, there's more to her than just being an assassin and being a killer. She's got a little depth to her, which makes her like one of the coolest characters of all time. So yes, I am very, very in love with these. The next book that I picked up was A Darkness Strange and Lovely by Susan Dennard, and this is the second book to Something Strange and Deadly So I just think these covers are gorgeous, but I have no idea what this book is about. That last video plus those 3 that I just showed you was everything that I had received by today. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off and say that that was my February book haul. And now let's get into the books that I read in February. So for February, my TBR jar pick was to read a book that has won an award. And I actually ended up reading 2 books. The first one was one that I really wanted to read, but I didn't really want it to count. And that is The Complete Mouse by Art Spiegelman. It's a graphic novel. I mean, it's a huge graphic novel because it's volumes 1 and 2 of the Mouse series. But I thought, well, maybe a graphic novel is cheating. So I ended up also picking up Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson. Both of these won awards. This one was the 2014 National Book Choice Award, and this one actually won a Pulitzer Prize in like 1992, I believe. But they were both really good. The Complete Mouse follows Art Spiegelman as he chronicles his father's life in Auschwitz. So it actually has 2 kind of dual perspectives. It follows his father's time in Auschwitz as well as his present time filming his father's life. This book was so heart-wrenching and so real. I actually went to the Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. in October, and I thought that I had experienced as much of the Holocaust in that museum as I was ever going to be. You know, I got to walk through a actual train car. I got to see the actual shoes and smell them and listen to news reports and see so many artifacts from the Holocaust, and I thought that that was it. That was the most that I was ever going to experience it. But actually reading this, and it was just put a new light on it, a different perspective that I hadn't yet come across, and I really appreciated that about this. So I highly suggest this. Now, Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson was not exactly what I had expected. I went into this thinking that it was going to follow this girl growing up during the civil rights movement, and that it was going to have more of a civil rights feel to it. And it started that way. I'm going to read you just a little bit. It's written in free verse. So it's written kind of like how an Ellen Hopkins book is. It's written in poems. And the first page is her birth. I was born on a Tuesday at University Hospital, Columbus, Ohio, USA, a country caught between black and white. I am born not long from the time or far from the place where my great-great-grandparents worked the deep, rich lands, unfree, dawn till dusk, unpaid, drank cool water from scooped-out gourds, looked up and followed the sky's mirrored constellation from freedom. I am born as the South explodes, too many people, too many years, enslaved and emancipated, but not free. The people who look like me keep fighting and marching and getting killed, so that today, February 12th, 1963, and every day from this moment, brown children like me can grow up free, can grow up learning and voting and walking, writing, whenever we want. I am born in Ohio, but the stories of South Carolina already run like rivers through my veins. I thought that that was so powerful, and that was such a powerful first page, you know? So I was really expecting this civil rights feeling and this empowering what it's like to grow up, you know, in the South as well as in the North, because it does follow her childhood, and she goes from the South to New York City, and how, you know, the black community is perceived in both those things. And although it kind of touches on that, I felt that this book was very anticlimactic. It kind of touched and missed, like, oh, we don't go into that store because grandma doesn't buy stuff from there. But it doesn't really get too graphic about the civil rights movement. I also kind of felt like I was just kept waiting for the story to begin. I didn't really feel like there was any sort of build-up or, you know, climax, ending, resolution, anything like that. It was just kind of like she told the story from birth until she was like 9, I believe, but there was no conflict in it. So I don't know, I gave this book, I believe, a 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't my favorite by any means, but I thought that the writing was just so beautiful that that's what actually just gave it higher. The next book that I read was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling, and I am on a crusade to reread all of these books this year. As I was really deep into my reading slump, I read Mouse and Brown Girl Dreaming in the very beginning of the month, and then in between I read some graphic novels, which I'll show you. But I finally picked up this book, and I can say that this is why I love Harry Potter, is because I read this book and now I just want to read again. Like, it just brought me completely out of my reading slump. I have a bigger TBR planned for March. I'm already starting to read more. So yes, I'm so thankful for this book. So after I read Harry Potter, I picked up The Iron Trial by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. I don't know, Harry Potter just put me in a very magic school mood because I'm actually reading Hex Hall right now, which I'll get to that in a minute. I can see where people compare it to Harry Potter. However, I see how it completely stands on its own as its own series. The magic system is completely different. They're being trained to be mages, not witches and warlocks. And this book was kind of dry for me the whole time. I know that it's a middle grade series, more lighthearted and fun, but it was kind of dull for me. However, there is a huge plot twist at the end that I did not see coming whatsoever. Like, I thought I had it all figured out through the whole book, and it's so predictable, and then this plot twist happens, and I thought that that was so different, and now I can't wait to read the next one, because that was actually that actually just really did it for me. And I believe I gave this one 3 out of 5 stars as well. I read volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the Saga series. Recommendations on graphic novels that I can read, I would love them because I'm kind of running out of graphic novels to read. So yeah, let me down below. And that is all that I have for you on this very weird and epic ride that I've taken you on. I hope that the next month kind of straightens out and I can be a little more active, do a little bit more reading, and not have everything so scatterbrained in my life like this video. This video is a representation of my life. A mess. Just kidding. But anyways, so yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.